Okay, so this is the unboxing of the Samhain box from Thoth. So that's thothwitchcraft.com. This is the Samhain box from 2020. So it will come in this nondescript box, obviously minus a shipping label on it. So if you are one of those people that worry a little bit about people, what they'll think with random witchcraft and pentagram things coming up through the post, then don't worry, it's just a cardboard box. There's a lot of shredded cardboard in here. It's trying to be, or we're trying to be, as eco-efficient as possible and kind of not go for lots of plastics and stuff. You won't really find many plastics with a lot of the Thoth products. So the first thing we have is a miniature beeswax skull candle. So this is black. I don't know if you can see that. It's made from pure beeswax. I quite like these. They're brilliant because they're tiny little ones. They're perfect for spells because you don't want spell candles to go on for too long, I find. Let's see, what else do we have? We have this, which would be the planner. So that would be, yeah, so a two-sided scroll Samhain planner to help you plan your Samhain rituals. Get rid of some of the rest of this a minute. So we have So most Thoth products actually come with these index cards. So people, clients that buy stuff from the shop and also that go to the events and have consultations and things, they like to collect these. So there's quite a lot of these that will come in a box like this, simply because there's a lot of products, and because this is due, you know, this is a Samhain box, so October, all of this kind of to do with Samhain. One of the things that I do like with these is that you get recipe cards as well. So obviously, you know, we might not be able to put all the ingredients to make things in the box, but we can give you a little recipe for things that you can get from your local supermarket. So that's for soul cakes, which is quite a popular thing. I know several people that make soul cakes. I'm planning on doing them for the first time this year for offerings on the ancestral altar. But you get recipe cards, standard index cards, which is little bits of tidbits of information on things that are in the box, as well as random things that you might want to incorporate that are relevant to, you know, like this one's for the dumb supper. Now this one, this is the 𝐓𝐡𝐴 charm. So this is actually to do with this. So this poppet, Thoth Witchcraft poppet, I don't know if you can see him, is called 𝐓𝐴. So basically he will come with his head, his arms and his legs stuffed. Now this is a charm card that explains what to do with 𝐓𝐴. So his belly is actually open. Now the good thing, because I'm terrible at sewing and anything like that, the good thing I like about these boxes is the fact that they actually come with a needle and thread to do the extra bit of sewing, which is already threaded, so you don't have to worry about trying to get your thread through that tiny little needle. So literally you can, when you stuff him with what you're supposed to stuff him with, contents of the box is quite good, that goes up quite well. You've got enough thread there to actually, you know, stitch him back up, stitch his belly back up. We'll leave him aside for now. Right, so what else is in here? So we have some, these are tea lights. So these are Samhain tea lights. So these are handmade. I think it's soy wax. Yeah, would be soy wax with charcoal. They are a slight, you might not be able to see on the camera, but they're a slight grey kind of tinge to them. We also have a smudge stick. Now the smudge sticks from Thoth, they're not sage. These ones are rosemary. At Thoth, generally speaking, you only find rosemary or bay smudge sticks, partly because these are better for the environment. So in the UK, there's a lot of rosemary. It's easy to get a hold of rosemary, and it's more sustainable to use rosemary. A lot of the nasty kind of sage smudge sticks that you buy from a lot of shops, they come from abroad. So if you think about the amount of money you're paying for one of those nasty sage smudge sticks that is then shipped over on a plane, you know, you've got, that's not great for the environment. You've got the fact that they're not normally sustainably grown either, the sage. So for that reason, Thoth always uses things that is picked by the witches that make it. So this will have been picked and dried and bound by one of the witches that work at Thoth. So all of the products have that attention to detail. Let's see what else. We've got a black mirror, because of course when it comes to there was a card actually for black mirrors when it comes to scrying. So there is a little index card in there that talks about black mirrors. Obviously Samhain is one of those I wouldn't say, I suppose you would say holidays, one of those festivals where a lot of it is revolving around communion with the dead and communion with spirits and things. The veil is said to be at its thinnest. So, you know, a scry mirror is quite a nice little thing. A lot of these things in this box are designed for you to help build ancestral altars, start a couple of little bits and pieces, or add to things that you might already got. So we have necromancy oil. So that is an oil that's designed to aid with necromantic work. Now, a good thing about these oils and the incenses and things is that when you buy them from Thoth, if I try and find it, I'll see if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. They give you, or I should say, we give you the formulas for them. So if I can I'll see if I can find it a minute. So a lot of witchcraft stores will keep, there we go, will keep their formulas secret. When you buy a box and it comes with oil, or I think there's some incense, there we go. If it comes with some incense, for example, sniff that a minute. Yeah. If it comes with incense, you will get a card which gives you the formula for that incense or for that oil, so that you can decide if you wanted to go and stock up on this. You could buy the refill of this from the website, or the oil you can buy from the website. But at the same time, you could go and decide to make it yourself. So because it's got the ingredients in it, you could experiment yourself with it. So that's what I personally don't like with a lot of witchcraft stores. I can understand it, because people want to keep, you know, a lot of people keep a lot of their formulas and things like that quite secret. But I mean, we don't really bother with that at Thoth. We as soon as we invent something, or as soon as we come up with a formula for something, we try to get people to copy it or try to get it out there. We don't really care so much about keeping a lot of our stuff that secret. I mean, you're buying the box, so if you're buying the box and you're getting the oil, we think that you should also get the formula for it. Because if you're using this incense, say you're using it as an offering, or you're just burning it as part of ritual, I think that you should kind of understand a little bit as to what's in it. So, you know, you are burning it and it is designed to be a necromantic incense, a Samhain incense in this case, or a necromancy oil in that case. But it's nice for you to be able to know what is actually going into it. So what else we've got? We've got some parchment, the standard paper for the folksy doll. And then this, so we have here. So this, if I explain the booklet, because the booklet you get with these boxes, you always get a booklet with these boxes, and whether it's a Sabbat box or a ritual box. This one comes with an art card. Okay, so you've got the booklet, which gives you a little bit of information about Samhain and rituals and things like that in it. It gives you a little bit of information about witchcraft in general. It's got Wicca versus traditional witchcraft, so comparing and contrasting different styles of ritual when it comes to Samhain. But the Sabbats, with the Sabbat boxes, you'll notice that they're in this kind of triangle. So they come with these art cards that are tucked in the cover. So you can obviously collect them or send them off if you want to send them off and give them to people. But they're actually, if you notice, they're triangles. So what you can do is, if you've got a pair of scissors and you've bought more than one of these boxes, so if you've bought all 8 of the Sabbats, you can cut the triangles out and they will fit together to show you the wheel of the year. So if you do subscribe and get all of these boxes, or if you get a couple of the boxes, then you can cut these art cards out and stick them, and you could even frame them. If you get a big enough frame, you can frame them, and they make quite nice drawings. So you've got a segment for each spoke, essentially, of the wheel of the year. So there we go, that's the basic Thoth Samhain box. The booklet does explain a lot about the history of Samhain, myths and monsters, Halloween. We talk a little bit about Wicca, we talk a little bit about traditional witchcraft, we talk a little bit about dumb suckers. If you followed Thoth before and you're familiar with the sorts of work that we do, you may notice, or you may have even been to one of our dumb suppers. There is actually a card with regards to dumb suckers, and I believe on the Thoth TV YouTube channel there is a video about dumb suppers. So there we go, that is the unveiling of the Thoth Witchcraft Sabbat box for Samhain. So they say Samhain, Samhain, okay? October Halloween, essentially. I'll put the link in the description below to buy the box, and I will put a link to the Thoth website as well, because there are a couple of other boxes. I know there's a medieval magic and medicine one that's just coming out. We should hopefully have, when it gets to the spoke for the wheel of the year, so when it gets near to the Sabbat, we release a box for that Sabbat. So obviously after Samhain, the next one that will be on there will be Yule. So there we go.